Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video, and in today's video I'm going to be going over a specific setting in this game that can really help you guys out a ton when it comes to improving your accuracy and as well your editing and building speed. I'm going to be covering everything you guys need to know in this video, so make sure you guys do stay to the end. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and as well subscribe to my second channel. The link for that will be in the description or the pinned comment. Turn on my post notifications and as well comment down below your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, if you guys would like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go over to the item shop, go down to support a creator, type in my code is YoungHumor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. I really do appreciate all you guys who do add me. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so here in this video, I want to be going over into my settings and showing you guys the settings that you guys need to try out. And this is going to be specifically helping you guys a ton when it comes to improving your accuracy in Fortnite and also your editing and building speed. I really feel like this can help you guys out a ton, and this is something that I really didn't try out for the very long time. Once I tried it out, I think it's very good and something you guys should try on as well. So if you go into your settings and you go over all the way to accessibility and you go down to enable foot controller, this is something you definitely want to turn on, and I'm going to explain exactly what this does in this video. So recently I did turn it on. I really didn't notice too much of a difference. I really didn't understand what it was, but when you do have this on, you want to for sure have it at the lowest it can go, so 0.01 for the DeadZone and max throttle. You want to have that on the lowest for both of them. And so what this does is, so with this on, so when you have this off, the default is already off. So when you have it off, basically what happens is when you're turning from left to right or up and down, really doesn't matter. When you're turning in Fortnite, basically what happens is it doesn't get max speed until you turn for like a half a second. So when you're moving from left to right, so if you're moving right, it's not, so it goes a little bit slower, so it kind of accelerates a little bit, so it goes a little bit slower and then it goes faster the more you go out. And this is something that isn't like the most noticeable thing, but when you turn it on, when you turn foot controller on, basically what happens is your sensitivity is going to be exactly your sensitivity. There's not going to be any sort of kind of delay, you can say, because if you want to look all the way to your right, what's going to happen is it's going to go slower and then it's going to go faster the more you turn. And with foot controller on, it basically makes it completely consistent. So when you turn right, no matter if you're just turning or you're already, in the motion of turning, it's going to be that same sensitivity all the way through instead of being a little bit slower and then kind of accelerating the way out. So that is the reason why I turned it on. And when you turn it on, one thing you're going to notice, it's going to feel a little bit different because, like I said, it's going to be totally consistent when it comes to aiming, building, and everything like that. So it's going to feel a little bit quicker at first. It's going to feel like you raised your sensitivity. That's just because at first when you have it off, it feels a little bit slower with those slower movements. But when you have it on, like I said, it's completely consistent, so it's going to feel a little bit faster. But the one major advantage you're going to have when you turn it on is if you're going for like quick shots or you're going for any type of shot like that, it's going to be so much easier to hit your shot because it's going to be completely consistent and there's not going to be any guesswork on how fast you're turning. Because when you have it off, it's almost like you have two sensitivities. It's like when you just turn a little bit or slightly, it's like, for me, I'll put on a 7, so it's like a 0.65, and then when you actually start turning pretty much like halfway or all the way, then it's like on a 7. That's pretty much the best example I can give with it. But when you have foot controller on, it's going to be always a 7, no matter if it's a small movement or if you're looking all the way around, it's going to be the same either way. So with that in mind, it can be very beneficial and help you guys out a ton when it comes to aiming and building, because all of your builds, all of your edits, all of your shots, you're going to know exactly where the bullet's going to go because you know exactly where you're aiming, and it's going to be a lot more precise with it on. So if this is a setting you guys haven't tried out yet, I would highly recommend turning it on and giving it a try. And like I said, when I first turned it on, it feels like your sensitivity is a little bit faster, which technically it is for those starter movements when you're just making those quick jabs. So when it comes to flick shots or shots like that, it's going to be a lot more accurate. But yeah, like I said, when you turn it on, it's going to feel a little bit more faster than usual, but you get used to it, and it's going to help you guys out in the long run. And it's kind of like changing your sensitivity. It is a little bit weird at first, but once you get used to it, it is very, very easy to use, and it's just going to benefit you in the long run. And so also, I just had a bunch of like editing, and I had a bunch of aiming courses that I went into after I put it on, which I guess I would say is the best way to try it out. Just practice editing, practice taking your shots, see how it feels. But the setting isn't going to be like a total game changer. It's going to be very helpful for the long run, and it can really help you guys out a ton. But it's not going to be if you're getting like 4 kills a game, you're not automatically going to get like 10 or 12. But I think this can really help you guys out a ton if you want a quick fix when it comes to improving your accuracy. Just because, like I said, it's going to be very consistent when it comes to sensitivity, and you don't have to worry about that delay or that kind of acceleration delay that you would have on it if you had foot controller off. So that's why I think it's really important, and especially I think that's really the best way to go about when it comes to improving at the game the fastest way possible, is you always want to try to be very consistent. So when it comes to editing, when it comes to building, I think it's always better to be really good at those easier kind of builds, so like the 90s, and the simpler kind of builds, not like the crazy advanced ones. It's always better to be really, really good at the basics to maybe have the advanced ones maybe like once or twice, not as consistently, because it's going to help you out way more in game. Because those advanced builds, you're not really going to do a ton. You might do it in creative or maybe just for a clip, but when it comes to actual games, and if you want to get more wins and more kills, a lot of the really good players that you see dropping like crazy 30 bombs and just high kill games very consistently, a lot of the players really aren't doing anything that crazy in game. They're not doing like crazy retakes or high ground retakes. They're not doing anything crazy builds, crazy edits, because it's not very consistent. It's more just for flash and for show. So if you are looking to improve, consistency is going to be the #1 thing. So you don't have to worry about being the best at aiming, the best at building. As long as you're really good at the basics, I think that can help you guys out the most. So with this setting on, I think this can help you guys out quite a bit, just because it's going to make everything a little bit more consistent, a little bit more smooth. But like I said, it helps out with building, editing, and aiming. But the one change that I really didn't notice too much was editing. A lot of people said they did, but for me personally, since I play with edit mode aim assist on, it pretty much automatically slows me down a little bit, and just really depending on the movement, because it auto locks into the nearest square. So with that in mind, if you are using edit mode aim assist, you really won't notice too much of a difference when it comes to editing. For those of you guys who have it off, I'm pretty sure you'll notice a huge difference. But for those of you guys who have it on, which I would highly recommend having edit mode aim assist on for a lot of reasons, I made a full video on it. Definitely check it out if you guys haven't yet. But the one thing that I noticed that made the most significant change for me was definitely aiming. It was something that I noticed right away when I was going for shots. I feel like it was a lot easier to hit because my movements were a lot more predictable. So when it comes to those quick shots, if I'm just trying to like shoot, so if I see a guy who's a little bit to my right going for that quick flick shot, I was able to hit a lot more consistently than I was. And it wasn't like a crazy, like I mentioned earlier, it wasn't like a crazy difference that I noticed right away, but I for sure noticed quite a difference when I went for those flick shots, or just the shots that were just pretty close to me. Because if I have to turn all the way around, it really doesn't make too much of a difference, because with foot controller off, it really doesn't matter. It only really matters when it comes to those close range shots, or the shots where the players are next to you, because that's what's going to be the most consistent. So when it comes to those shots where you have to turn like all the way around to do like a full 180, I don't think it's going to help you guys out that much. It's not going to feel any different. But 100% when it comes to those short range accuracy shots, those are the shots that are really going to notice, or you guys are going to notice the biggest difference in, and really I think can be a good game changer and just a quick fix for accuracy, because accuracy really does take a lot of time to get down. But there are going to be a few tricks here and there that can really help you guys out a ton when it comes to improving your accuracy a lot faster, like having a good sensitivity, having the right settings that fit you, and just having this setting on, I think can really help out a ton and just give you the best possible chance to hit your shot. Because really, when it comes down to accuracy and building, it really is going to take a lot of time to practice and master those type of builds, but having the right settings can really give you a big jump start on that, and just allow you to just be a lot better at the game a lot faster. But just to sum it up, definitely try out this setting if you guys haven't already. I think it came out probably a few weeks ago, but I really didn't keep any mind to it. Just something that I kind of noticed, but I really didn't think it really made that too much of a difference, but I saw a few videos on it. I really understood it, and I definitely think it is worth a try if you guys haven't already. And with that being said, that's wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.